put the board on it? That'll work.
So for day 2, our goals are to have an actual driving robot, as well as to finalize our designs for the end effectors and have the bulk of the construction and cutting done for those for that build, so we can finish it up and clean it up, do all the wiring and programming tomorrow.
So for the programming, the first thing I did was try to program the drivetrain. So it's a little bit different from last year, because last year we had 4 different motors, so each wheel had to do something for tank drive. But this year we changed it up because we have Omni wheels in the front, so we're only going to use 2 motors in the back. So pretty much after I did the drivetrain, it was pretty easy from there. So we're using 6 motors. We've only actually finished the mechanical side of one of the motors so far that isn't used for the drivetrain, and that's going to be for our intake motor. So I just went ahead and I programmed all of the motors. So the one that we have working so far works for the actual controller. But I actually wrote some test code, which I think I talked about a little bit yesterday. So it's specifically whenever we don't have like everything plugged in yet. So our electronics are all like right here. So if we want to run test code, for example, if something doesn't work, I wrote a test method. So in the driver station, if we just put it in test and we enable that, it's basically running inside of a while loop. So I set a timer at the beginning of the while loop. And then for 7 seconds, all the motors are going to go off. So each motor should go off for about 2 seconds. So we should know, as long as there isn't a problem with my code, so of course we'll have to test the code too. But if the intake motor goes off and the shooter motors and then the Lazy Susan, then we know everything should work. So that's a good way to test, just to make sure our motors are all functioning properly without actually running it in teleop mode and using the controller.